Okay, I'm back. Am I sideways, guys? Or upright? Keep trying to get this landscape thing going, but it never works quite right. Is the picture, are the cards sideways or upright? Can someone let me know and then we can get started with the reading? And also, can you hear me okay? Can someone let me know if they can hear me and if, okay, you can hear me okay. Um, are the cards upright or sideways? Okay, thank you. All right, I guess we'll have to do it like this. You know I hate this, but it is what it is. Okay, great. Thank you for letting me know you can hear me, and thank you for letting me know about the cards. So, this reading is about what's been going on lately. You know how many things are going on, but specifically about the go back to where you came from comments. Hi, beloved. Hi, everyone. This is Kirsten from Soulight. I just jumped right in and I didn't even introduce myself. I'm here with a reading on Trump and his recent go back to where you came from comments to the what they're, I guess they're calling them the squad, the four freshman congresswomen. I don't know all their names, but I'm sure you guys know who they are. It's all over the news right now. Today is Tuesday, July 16th. Wow, already July 16th. And there's so much going on with Epstein and Iran and the trial and Mueller coming and all this stuff. It's just crazy. Hey, Joan Kinsler. That I was just saying to my friend that there's so much to talk about, but what are the questions? It's just one thing after another, one thing after another. And so, even though there's so much going on, it's hard to phrase questions. It's hard to know what to look for, what to ask, you know. So, I thought today was appropriate to use the Sibillas, mainly the Lavera Sibillas, because they don't always stay on my script. The Sibillas talk about what they want to talk about. They're known as the little gossipers. And so, I just wanted to look into the situation and see what they have to share about this. Um, Literally, once again, I was actually laying a reading for myself and picked up on this energy, I guess because it would be in the news that day. This was yesterday. So that it showed up in my cards. It happens to me. That happened in my first Trump reading. That actually happened to me 2 weeks ago. I was supposed to go into jury duty, right? I went, and I was there for 3 days on and they were picking a jury for a murder trial, gang related, and I had done my cards as I do every morning because that's how I grow with the cards. I study them every day, and by doing a reading and then journaling at the end of the day or during the day how the cards played out. So I did a reading for myself that day I was at jury duty, and I saw in my cards the guilt of the person I would be called to, I saw that I would be called up. And I was selected to be a potential juror. And I just did my cards that day, and I saw the guilt of the person on trial. Um, and that basically got me out of jury duty. I told them I couldn't be, you know, I didn't feel like I could, just based on what I do and the fact that I have to trust my readings, I felt like I was already biased against, the defendant. So I got out of jury duty. But I would just mention that to tell you that sometimes that happens. I just do my general cards and I get readings that don't have anything to do with me. And that's what happened yesterday when all this shit, it didn't happen yesterday, but that's when it started to influence me. And Trump's comments to the four women to go back to where they came from, these four American citizens. And just a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, around the same time, me and my sister were the same astrological sign. So we share energies, as a common zodiac, we would share energies. Well, I come to find out my sister has her own PR firm. She used to be an executive for a very influential PR firm here in Los Angeles. And so she was in a very affluent area on business. And she was in a very expensive car, pulled over in this affluent neighborhood to make a phone call. And she was accosted by a resident walking his dog, started pounding on her car door and trying to get into her car, telling her to get out of his neighborhood. This stuff happens every day, folks. This racism is prevalent, and they're emboldened by this president more and more. This rhetoric has got to stop. And this division, this separation, racial divide is purposely designed by Trump and by Putin to implode what we got going on here in America. Races are and always will be. I'm on a diatribe today, but it will always be the wound that won't heal in America. Will never heal, unfortunately. I don't expect it will ever heal. It would take an act of God. Maybe on some level, that's what this is. And the acts of God are often very destructive, aren't they? And I see the acts of Mother Nature in this reading. The Spirit of America wants to talk to you today. She will talk to you in a minute. But I think enough people are in the room to where I can go ahead and start the reading. This is one of my channeled ones, so don't get freaked out. I read in layers, so not every card is just one story. It can be several stories, which makes it confusing for me to relay to you and to see all the dynamics. I'm doing the best that I can. You may just get snapshots. That's all I'm getting to. I'm not a psychic. I'm a card interpreter. So please hit the like button. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Welcome to Soulight Hypnotherapy. And share my videos with your friends. Help me to grow my channel. You can support the channel by becoming a Patreon subscriber. There's a link in my description box to do so. You can support the channel through donation. There's a link on my home page to donate. You can support the channel by making wonderful comments and, again, sharing my videos with your friends. Thank you to everyone who's been so supportive. I love and bless you all. So, now let's get started. Using the Gypsy Oracle cards, which is a type of Sibilla, it's a modern day Sibilla. I normally prefer to use my Italiano Sibilla because I like the illustrations better, and they activate more connections and psychic guidance, I guess you can say. They just click on. And I don't find these have that same energy, but my other Sibillas are currently engaged in a Muller reading I've been sitting on for over a week and a half. And I've been delaying that reading. Sometimes I delay a reading and I wonder why am I not doing the reading, and then so his hearing was today or tomorrow actually, but it got delayed another week. So I'm sure that that's for a reason. But since I don't have my other Sibillas, we're going to have to make do with these. And I'm still going to use symbolism from the old version that you won't necessarily see here, unfortunately. Peacock. The peacock represents normally good things, God, invincibility, but it also represents egotism, vanity, gauche display of wealth, superiority. When it's reversed, it's very, very negative. The worst card in the deck, it's literally the devil card, Satan. And it is white supremacy. Now, it is not reversed here, but it is white supremacy in this reading. And I'll tell you why. I believe it's here upright because it has dual meaning today. Not only does it represent white supremacy, someone who believes they are superior to others and better and prettier and all that, but it also represents divine protection and shielding. It's the most protective card you can get, and so it nullifies all the negative in the reading. So it's a very, very hopeful card today, but the message is ugly. Can you hear me? I hope I'm not talking too low. So it provides us with that dual meaning to function as a protection against the racial divide and the negativity that is growing, and I feel is going to rise in temperature, especially over the next 9 months. The female enemy, known as the foe, oh man, hold on. I don't like this depiction. Let me see if I have her available to show you. She might be in the other reading, I'm not sure. Sorry, I just so prefer these. Oh, she is here. Okay, cool. And one more second, guys. Thanks for your patience. Yeah, so, not all the cards are here, but... Hi, Joan. Will Congress ever get it together? I'm going to find out in this reading. What you think? Here's the female enemy. A witch hunt. You know, she's a witch. She's got her dagger out. She's on the attack. She's not your friend. She's vicious in her attack. I don't know why you guys have missed me. I've been here. I've been here. I post a video or two every week. I'm surprised that you miss me. I feel like what's going on, you know, I'm not getting visibility on YouTube at all. It's the same 2,000 people, and it's weird. It's like there's no growth on my channel, and that doesn't make sense to me. But it is what it is. Um, so I hope you guys will all share my videos and understand I'm gonna need you guys to help spread my channel and help me grow my channel, because for some reason I'm not getting visibility and I don't know why. But I don't want to get on to that. Let's just keep going with the reading. I just wanted to show you her picture, the one I prefer, because you see the viciousness in her stance. Okay? Now, this female enemy refers to, I believe, the rhetoric that Trump is spewing, which divides and undermines. It's vicious, it's slanderous, it's sabotaging, and it's poisonous and divisive. It also represents Nancy Pelosi on some level towards the women in Congress. And I'm pointing to, it's hard for me to see on the screen. Is that right? Huh. Yeah. Because I've been here since Inauguration Day, guys, with very accurate readings. So why you're missing me doesn't make any sense to me. Because I've been here. But yeah, I feel like there is a hand in choosing who gets exposure on YouTube and who doesn't. There is some sort of hand going on here, but it's all good. It's all good. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, right? Yeah, that's better. It's a little bit better. Prefer these to the other ones. Not that the other ones are bad. They're very nice. I just, you know, this is, you know, vibes with me better. All right, so as I was saying, this female enemy uh, uh, can represent what Trump is doing, his rhetoric, but also on Pelosi on some level. There was something she said or attacked these women about. I don't even know what that was. Somehow I missed that. I'm not a news junkie, but I watch enough to keep you guys, you know, in your reading once or twice a week, which I'm always here, and you know my readings are in depth. It's at least like the equivalent of 3 readings in one. So that's why you don't get a bunch of them from me, because they're heavy, full of information. Um, but let me stay on flow. Apparently she did something to raise some attack, I guess, or argument against these women for something, or they did it to her. And this rhetoric coming from Trump. I can't personally comment on whom I think is in the fault, or even what that was all about, because again, I missed it. I didn't catch it. But both I feel are on the attack. All these energies here have this attack energy that they're sharing. Verbal attack upon them, and that they're conveying to the other. Because they see each other as the enemy. And Trump most definitely sees women, women of color specifically, as his enemy. And so does the white supremacists or the white nationalists. Their growth and expansion depends on poisoning. Oh my God. They think that we are poison to the white race. I told you I'm channeling today. I'm channeling today. So I'll be going in and out of topic, off topic, right? But this is the general reading I got, right? A general reading I got yesterday. And it's also calling out the energy of these women don't protest too much with this haughtiness and this pride. These women don't protest too much. In other words, you're always bitching and complaining. Energy that's playing out in their lives, okay? Remember what I said earlier about my sister and I being the same zodiac sign and us having similar kind of. Why don't you just leave if you don't like it? And maybe Nancy said that to them, or there's, I don't know. Somehow they shared this sentiment. Stop bitching and complaining. Do something about it or get the fuck out, right? There's a rival here. You're my rival. You're my enemy. And white supremacists see white women as white women of color and white women, anyone who's not white and male, as their enemy. But they also see working classes as not on their level. So, hillbillies out there. Just want you to know. They don't see you as equal either. The friend here, is there buffering? Can't do anything about it. Is it so bad that it's unlistenable? I'm already 23 minutes in, so it's bad. Yes, buffering. Okay, I'm gonna have to just go ahead and. Anybody else okay? Because otherwise, I'll cut this off short. It's unfortunate because I'm on a roll. Okay, I need someone else to tell me besides you. Thank you, though. All right. Okay. All right. So this friend here, she's very welcoming, right? In the picture, the energy is someone who welcomes you into their home, makes you feel comfortable, makes you feel good. She makes sure you have everything that you need. This friend represents the squad of congresswomen, I believe. I think that this situation with Pelosi has to do with her going after Trump and going after him for fraud or money laundering. Maybe they have a problem with Pelosi about going after Trump for things that he's guilty of and all the fucked up things he's doing. That's what I feel they're verbalizing or going on attack to Nancy about. And Nancy may have attacked them in response, right? And that in some sense, triggered this whole go back to where you came from, go back to Africa thing that Trump said that is now poisoning and damaging and that is so malicious and is designed to be insidious. Those women represent groups of women, but mainly dark women. And dark women and groups of women, okay? But dark women mainly will be the rival of this monarch in 2020. This card represents who's on your team, your friends, your base, your home base. So this critical verbal attack is to appeal to one's base, to one's friends, to harmonize them, to bring them together. I sense that Nancy wanted to promote some harmony amongst her team, but maybe what she said was taken wrong or vice versa. And Trump wants to bring harmony to his base by throwing them some rude bullshit to feast on. Trump wants to bring his base together under this umbrella of white supremacy, white nationalism. He and his team are trying to dress it up as something other than that because the peacock is upright. But that's what it is. And I do feel these women, including Nancy, are trying to clean up. See, the servant or the domestico, she works in the house. She's the maid. She's a housemaid. Right? They're trying to clean up this house. They're trying to make things better and make everyone feel welcomed and comfortable in America. The servant, domestico, or public servant, if you will, is the job that needs to be carried out. She also represents money issues. And so something about Trump and money laundering and perversion it's something involved with this whole Epstein thing. And also some fraud and money laundering is going to be coming out soon, very soon. This is also telling me that his base approves of his attacks on these women, on women of color, on women in general. Even though they don't know it, even though they don't know, their white women don't know it, they don't see them as equal either. Right? So his base approves of his attack. He's totally dependent upon their energy. And this is what they want, so this is what he will serve them. It also says that there's a peace and there's a truce now between Nancy and these women of color. They've coming together, they're working together, right, as a team now to clean up this house. Wow, Trump sees women of color, guys, as maids, as slaves, as servants, as beneath him, and they need to stay in their place. Specifically these women and all women, especially women of color. I'm seeing the sentiment. I'm seeing his thoughts. The Agio reverse finishes out this section of the reading. First of all, this card represents a quick time frame. Something happens right away, and it refers to a surprise or an unexpected happening soon. Will take us by surprise. This may have to do with something that was postponed but is now soon to arrive, or may not arrive. It's questionable. I think we're talking about Mueller. And maybe on some level, a caravan bullshit again. And when this surprise or this unexpected event happens or arrives, the situation or perspective changes for the better. That's an abstract prediction of something. I don't know exactly what. Someone old leaves and an old door closes. Someone new comes in on the scene. A new door opens. All right. So let me adjust my board so you can see the rest of the reading. I don't know who suggested blue tack, but thank you. That was an awesome suggestion about how to keep my cards straight It's helped me in so many ways. Hopefully it will prove helpful today. Now, I've got more cards going in this direction, but you can't see it because my frame is too short. Does anyone know how to use that? Because I have a really nice camera, but I don't know how to live stream with the camera. It didn't come with a cord to where I could connect it to the computer and live stream. Does anyone know of any adapter? The kind of camera that I have is, if you do know, just let me know. I have a Canon Vixia model H as in Henry, F as in Frank, R as in Robert, 700. And if you know of any adapter that I can use with it so that I can live stream, please let me know, because I like live streaming, but I can't stand this sideways frame. I can't stand it. So that's the general reading, like I said before. That's the general reading that the first cards gave, and made me say, okay, I need to do a reading. I need to go deeper on this subject, right? Because it came out in my cards today. And it's it's not even my reading, it's this situation, so it must be important. So I asked some questions to go a little bit deeper, and I got the reading here below. Now, when I read La Vera Sibilla, which is the key card today, they don't always follow my script. In other words, they don't always answer my questions. The Sibillas like to gossip and like to talk and share what they want to share. And today they're sharing different messages. I don't know if they answered my questions. You guys are going to have to be the judge. But these are the questions that I asked. Okay? I asked, what is Trump's motivation for attacking these women in Congress and telling them to go back where they came from? What's his true motivation for these attacks? And when and why won't enough elected Republicans call him out and denounce him for his racist views, actions, and comments? Why won't they call him out? Now, I'm sure it's going to be a general answer, because I'm sure they all have individual reasons. It can't go into them all. It will be a general answer, if I get one at all. And how will all of this that's happening, all this rhetoric, how's it going to affect Trump in 2020 amongst his supporters? That's what I want to know. These are my questions, and I hope that they get answered in the rest of this reading. To start off, we have the young woman, and the Tower clarifies her. Darn it. I really like that young woman card, but she's not. She's currently engaged in my other reading. Hold on one second. Just so you can see, she points to her left and she points downward. And where she points is important, and the card in this deck doesn't necessarily point anywhere. So I wanted to show you that symbolism because I think it's important that we look to her left and that we look downward. So, okay guys, I believe that this card is referencing the freshman congresswomen, right? Is representing the freshman congresswomen, or a woman, or 2 or 3, maybe all 4. This may happen to, right? Or potential. It's a warning. We got the Tower card. It's warning them that they are in potential danger of getting harmed or shot. God forbid. There is danger around them. They are put in danger as a result of this tower event. Well, I guess we're going to have to switch to Facebook, or we're going to have to switch to, someone just said that YouTube is not going to monetize political readings and not going to advertise us. Well, I don't know if that's true or not. But if it is true, then you guys will have to tell us where you want us to go so that you can follow us. And we'll just take our readings there. So let us know where you want us to go, and we'll follow you there and make sure that we post our readings there for you to find us. Just give us that information, okay? There's workarounds. You can still get your information. Anyway, if Trump wins 2020, that's just the beginning of it all. That's just the beginning of it all. But he's not. He's not. It's not going to be easy. We're going to have to pray, and we're going to have to work hard, and we're really going to have to pray for spiritual protection, but we are spiritually protected. We got the Peacock in the beginning of the reading, okay? So, let me keep going. One of these women, or all of these women, are in potential danger of getting harmed or shot. God forbid. There is danger around them, and they are put in danger as a result of this tower event. Tower for me is iconic of Trump and his branding. And so because of Trump and his branding of these women, of this crisis, he's put them in danger. Perhaps two of them, maybe more. He's trying to really alienate and estrange them from Pelosi and their party, and in particular from America, and in particular he is focused on two. I feel Alexandria Cortez and Omar the most. I pick up their energy. There is someone who is visualizing the goal, this goal, to, I hate to say this, guys, it's really hard, it's difficult to say these things, you know. I feel there's someone who is visualizing this goal of harm or ending to these women, any of these women that are represented here, including Pelosi, including any of these four women, including women of color, including women in general. Okay? But specifically, I'm talking about these freshman women right now. I feel like I've tapped into the mind of a fanatic, a crazy person. I feel like I have tapped into the mind of Trump as well, in addition to crazy thinking, fanatical thinking. I'm also getting a Lindsey Graham vibe here, because we got a blonde woman, and he's always represented by a blonde woman who thinks she's pretty, thinks she's cute, and is being coy. She thinks she's pretty, she thinks she's cute. I'll show her. Wow. I feel all these people are being referenced by this young woman card. This recent crisis caused by Trump is the cause of this major shakeup here amongst these energies. A shakeup also for Trump in the future. everyone's getting shook up, including the collective. Shook up, upset. I can't put my finger on the energy to convey to you. I'm sorry. Blown up, shot at, targeted. Okay, I'm talking in generalities here. All of this on some level. And the next 9 months are going to be freaking crazy and frightening. And this event, these women, this crisis, these comments is shaking up a lot of people and making a lot of people feel rejected and shut out. And I feel like on some level I'm talking about this crisis at the border too. And there's something here about Ivanka. She does approve of Daddy's words. Go back. Stay in your place. Or stay in your place. Ugh. She does approve of Daddy's words even if she declines to comment. And there's something here about money laundering and her security clearance or her husband's security clearance. But back to this crazy person. Trump or some follower of Trump and Lindsey Graham are out of their fucking mind. This shit is outrageous. They really want to and are motivated to carry out this objective. This objective of their little God. You guys can't see him. He's over here. This objective. See how they're looking up? They're treating him like he's an angel. He's really a devil. Like he's their salvation. Oh man, sometimes these cards and imagery is too much, man. It just freaks me out. They really want to and are motivated, okay? Trump, Lindsey Graham, the Republicans, they're out of their fucking mind. This is outrageous. They really want to carry out the objective of their little God with the little g, this devil here, that they are bound and tied to. Maybe because of some perversion or money exchange. Because I keep mentioning that. And I say all that now, and I feel like I've gotten an answer to one of my questions. So the answer is yes, for Graham and the Republican Party, there's going to be a shakeup in 2020. This is going to shake them up badly with minorities and women in general, specifically women of color. This will blow back in their face and in Trump's. And so I'm guessing, or I'm assuming, or I'm putting together, surmising that white women too are absorbing this. And I think I mentioned that in my reading last week. Women are absorbing this, and I feel like white women are absorbing this. Finally, they're starting to absorb the misogyny, and they're not liking it, especially the children in cages. And in that respect, a lot of readers say a woman will be the downfall of Trump. I don't think it's one woman. I think it's women in general will be the downfall of Trump. Speaking of a woman being the downfall of Trump, is that Ivanka? Is it Graham? It's either his downfall or mine. Consolation, clarified by the Five of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups reversed. Consolation is someone who's dreaming about and working towards an end goal or vision and a purpose. The purpose, the motivation, is to achieve one's goals, to get rich, to get power, to get success, to rise and to obtain an honorable, favorable position it is a prayer answered. But in this position, one needs this to happen. One needs, this is my prayer. I'm praying to the fucking devil for this. To end my rivals, to end my enemies, to shake them up, to take them down. And the crazy guy is thinking this too, okay? The crazy man, or whoever this crazy person is. Could be a group of, I don't know. I'll just say it's one individual, maybe. They need this to happen. Trump needs this to happen. This is my vision, this is my goal, this is my dream. This would be a prayer answered if this happened. It's in the challenge position, so it's still a work in progress. It's still a vision in someone's head. It's not yet an accomplished goal. They need the help of their little God. And whatever this little God represents to them. Now, the devil can represent greed, materialism, perversion, lust, substance abuse, physical abuse, narcissism, wickedness, deceit, fraud, corruption on every level. And they're tied to this. And they're trying to shut up and shut out and block women, minorities, these immigrants, to take away their liberties, their freedoms, their dreams, to prevent them from growth and expansion too, to send them back where they belong, to put them into their place, to be our maids, to be our servants, to be our sex slaves. But they're not going anywhere. Eight of Cups reverse. We're not going anywhere. And you're not going to put us in our place. And this is why I say that women will be the downfall of Trump in 2020. So Trump, please keep doing what you're doing because it's working. Thank you. Thank you. For the Republicans in Congress, their goal is a unified one. To stay in power, they must attain the shared vision. But I see loss in the future for them. And with this Five of Pentacles, there is much hardship in attaining their vision, goal, or dream. From this imprisonment and separation from others, notice I say others, because to them, everyone who's not a white male in power is others. Some of them would like to, but they cannot escape from this. In order to attain their vision and avoid personal ruin, they must go along with the program. Sorry about all the buffering, but I can't stop now. I'm on a roll. Willing to sell their soul to contract with this devil. And that's what they've done. And it's morally bankrupting them to attain this vision. When the devil comes for his pay, they will not be able to escape. They won't be able to get out of it. And that's the motivation question I feel is being answered here of Trump and his party, a shared vision. In a general nutshell, so to speak, that's the motivation. And it's sickening and heartbreaking. You see the Three of Swords here? My God. Because I have felt anger with this Tower combined with sadness. So many people not speaking up. It's so fucking sad. So sad. I really thought people were better than this. And America, you guys know, for me, America is represented by the Empress card. And the Spirit of America has a message to these people today. Okay? I sometimes get angels talking to me in the cards, and sometimes I once saw the founding forefathers. I don't think I mentioned it to you. It was in a video that did quite well. It got 27 or 30,000 views. But the forefathers were like rolling in their graves. But this is a message from the Spirit of America. She has a message to Trump. She has a message to the elected Republicans who aren't doing their job that they're getting paid for, that we're paying them to do. He is saying, you have broken my heart and you've betrayed me. You betrayed my love and my generosity that I have equally given to all of my children. You put them in cages. You put them in prison. I am generous and I am loving towards all who need my support, yet you shun and turn away those who need me now. You have betrayed me, my soil, my children, and all that I represent. And she's saying, I will have my revenge. And many will celebrate, especially women. You see all the women here? Your destruction, your ruin, and your end. And that is their 2020 prediction from the Spirit of America. Because she's pissed, and you don't want to piss off Mother Nature. Right? That's an act of God. What I'm getting at is this. This is a battle between good and evil. Simple as that, folks. Which side are you on? I'm not going to sugarcoat it with anything other than that. All right? This desperate man, who is he? He is representing to me actions of Trump, but also actions of 3 other people, or more people may share this energy. I'm not sure. Okay, remember I read in layers. It may be talking about more than one situation or individuals. But this is someone who has betrayed America, right? So I'm getting a Trump vibe, of course, but also Mike Flynn, Kushner, could be Manafort and Trump Jr. Impressions are coming to me now, right? With these cards. And I feel like there is prison in the future. This is someone who's in jail. And it's also the devil card. Or it has the devil energy in it, okay? And the devil is present here. So there's a lot of addiction, there's a lot of greed, there's a lot of corruption, is what I'm saying. And, I mean, corruption and greed is what destroyed Rome from the inside. But I feel there's prison ahead for one of these men, or maybe all, in the future. And I'm not sure how far in the future. I feel there's prison ahead for them, right? And there's some woman here being called out. She's very influential, very, very powerful, very, very wealthy. Extreme wealth here. It's fucking crazy. Somehow she's connected or tied to their fate. I'm picking up a wife energy, a motherly energy, who's here too, that is offering to help or to support the desperate man or boy or child or husband. She's prominent, wealthy, and she's very pretty, or was very pretty. She has a very powerful nature or has a lot of influence. And I'm not sure who she is, but I'm getting several women's energy coming to mind. I'm sure there are women who are coming to your mind too. I'm especially getting Ivana's vibe, the mother that Lena likes to call the mother of dragons. I love that, Lena. That was awesome. The mother of dragons. Perfect. I get her energy here too. Will offer help and support to protect your children. Just like America's Spirit is offering us her warning and her disgust right now. Who is this desperate man exactly? I know, I'm on a roll today. I love it when I get like this, and it's very rare. So, he can represent more than one person, and I get this Trump, Kushner, Trump Jr., Flynn vibe, strongly perhaps Cohen, Manafort. There's prison here, so anyone connected and guilty, all tied to this toxic devil, which can always represent Putin, right? As well, the ultimate deceiver, tied to addiction, tied to corruption, tied to sex slavery, tied to perversion, tied to abortion. Huh? Because pregnancy is called out here and abortion. Huh? Maybe that will be rearing its ugly head towards, once we start getting into this race. Maybe that'll be what finally severs white women and evangelicals. Although I don't specifically see evangelicals called out here. I'm just assuming that would be the straw that broke the camel's back. But something like that may come out around, during this next run. Information about abortions. Money laundering, treason, and many, many more things the devil can represent. So much. Perversion of her beauty, of her glory. Oh my God. Of women, of the earth, of America. And you're guilty. Sin. And the desperate man cannot escape it, whoever he is. Trump, Kushner, Manafort, Cohen, Trump Jr. They can't escape because they've sold their soul to this toxic deity. And they're spiritually tied to this. And when the devil comes for his pay, he shall have it. And he's toxic to America, whatever it is they're tied to. America seeks to separate itself from this toxic energy, from this desperate man who's tied to this toxic energy, right? America seeks to separate herself, and whoever is represented by this Empress card seeks to separate herself, okay? Nuance, ponder it. And when she separates herself, this betrayer will experience the wrath of God. Her wrath. God is a woman! Guys, God is a woman. No, God is a combination of masculine and feminine energies, but the action of God, the Israels will tell you this, Kabbalists will tell you this. The action of God, the thoughts of God is carried out by the feminine aspect of God, the mother or the female. That's why so many nations or men try to control the true power. Ponder it. Okay. Anyway, they're going to experience the wrath of God. And her wrath ain't no joke. Okay, we got disgrazia here. Total destruction. Oh, man. Because, I know I buffered, because you will be held in contempt. You are going down. You're going to prison. You will be held in contempt because you are toxically and spiritually tied to this. And this is toxic to America, and because it pains her. It hurts her. It divides her. And America, especially women, seek to separate themselves from this. If she doesn't, because she loves all of her children, she wants things to work out. I am experiencing buffering, but I can't stop. You just have to go with it, guys. It's YouTube, it's not me. So and I feel it foretells tragedy in the future for Trump and for the Republicans, for the Republican Party, and possible tragedy if America does not respond fast enough to this emergency. It will be our own destruction. But in the end, ultimately, guys, and do not forget, the beginning of the reading, we got the Peacock upright that nullifies any negativity in the reading. And I see America. America wins in 2020. And we will be celebrating the downfall and his own gilded cage. Maybe not the fate we would wish him to have, but an isolation nonetheless. And America celebrates the destruction and the downfall. Since we were buffering again, I foresee tragedy in the future for Trump. The desperate man, whoever that is, okay, Flynn, Trump Jr., the Republican Party. I see America, especially women, celebrating the destruction, the end, and the ruin. And I believe that America wins in 2020. In that, and reside under the protective influence of this Peacock, which is God the Invincible. I'm going to get off now, since there's so much buffering to post my videos on some other network or forum. Let me know what that is, and I'll post them there as well. Thank you. Blessings. Bye. Can't seem to get off. I'm trying. Here we go.